Hi everyone, my name is Claude.
And I'm Clinton.
We're the Lamest Defenders. So we're back with another edition of comic book reviews. We have Hawkeye, Freefall, and the new Thor #1 where he's back to being handsome. So let's just go ahead and get started.
Hiya, Thanos. We're the Lamest Defenders.
I don't even know who you are.
We have a small but dedicated fan base.
Be sure to visit our sponsor at BaskervilleProductions.com.
Welcome back, everyone. So my comic for this week was Thor #1, written by Donny Cates, who has been on fire lately. He did, obviously he's the ongoing writer for Venom and the Absolute Carnage event, which is excellent. This comic takes place right after last summer's War of the Realms. So it was basically the Dark Elves, was Malekith, was just, they want to invade Earth and literally everything. And
Do you have to read War of the Realms to
no,
appreciate this?
no.
Okay.
Actually, you could just quickly just wiki it and learn up, the synopsis.
Do you like
of
the full story?
Yeah. And really, there's a lot that could just be kind of skated over. And it was basically Malekith obviously loses. Thor becomes worthy again. He gets Mjolnir. Now he doesn't. He has a metal arm, and he's basically a Winter Soldier, and he's got an eye patch, and he looks. At the beginning of this comic, he looks worse for wear. So Thor has won against Malekith and the Dark Elves and the Frost Giants and everything like that, and he returns back to Asgard, where he is now the king. He really doesn't want to be a king. He wants to go out and slay things. Sif actually kind of calls him out. She's
Slay
like,
king.
Yeah, it's just like, you need to just stay at home and just rule. You don't need to keep going out and just killing random monsters. And there's in the very beginning of the comic, it's really funny because he's still on Asgard, but now he just throws his Mjolnir across a couple realms, and it's the Avengers fighting this big creature. And you just see Thor's hammer just rip through his throat, and he's on Asgard. And it was funny because Tony Stark writes with a permanent marker on it, and he's like, I see that you're enjoying your retirement. It was pretty funny. So
nice.
It's just, at the beginning of the comic, Thor's just yearning to go out and do stuff again.
Sure.
So as his first inaugural, State of the Union address for him, he's going to address the crowd of Asgard. And as he does that, a certain devourer of worlds just crashes on top of Asgard. Obviously, it's Galactus.
Okay.
And he just got his ass kicked, basically. And he just lands on top of Asgard. And obviously, everyone's like, well, what was powerful enough to bring Galactus down?
Yeah.
Galactus is basically knocked out for a little while. And so they do a council of different people that serve, like heralds of Galactus. So you have Ghost Rider now is all cosmic.
Yeah.
And Silver Surfer, who is now, he had his ongoing series, I guess it was a mini-series by Donny Cates. It was called Silver Surfer Black. Mm-hmm. And basically, he's got an entity, basically he can't interact with anyone. He could just do harm than actually help somebody or pick them up or anything. He's basically, he phases through them.
Okay.
So he kind of tells Thor really what the situation is and why Galactus is scared and why he got his ass kicked so hard. And so the goal is, I guess there's Galactus.
Galactus kids.
The goal is, I guess, Galactus. There's, I believe it's 4 or 5 planets that Silver Surfer kept hidden from Galactus, so he wouldn't absorb them because he would basically become unkillable, unstoppable. But in order to defeat this new force that Silver Surfer alludes to, Galactus needs to absorb these planets.
Okay.
So they're basically going to take Galactus, who is, still recovering, and they're going to get him to feed on these planets so we can, they can defeat this force.
Yeah.
Galactus says, no, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to die. And he kind of tells everyone that when you meet this force that kicks his ass, he's met the force twice, and you see your own death. And in Galactus's death, he always sees Thor at the end. So he says to Thor, why don't we face this together? And he uses his power and he channels his power into Thor, and Thor becomes a herald. He's the Herald of Thunder, So now Thor has both arms back, no eye patch. He looks way younger, and his costume looks awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's black with like the stars in it.
Yeah.
So basically, this comic, you know, I just told you the whole spoilers for it.
Yeah.
I hope you like spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Donny Cates he continues his dominance really with Marvel. Like, I would say he's easily the best writer that Marvel has right now. So
Yeah.
Definitely pick this up. It's a new #1. So far, it's great. We haven't seen what Harold Thor can really do yet. You just see the reveal at the end. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of powers. I mean, you soup up Thor.
Sure.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty
Cheat
sure.
code.
Yeah, and it's alluding to basically Null, the king of symbiotes, as being this force that beat down Galactus.
He just can't help himself.
No, and every Donny Cates story has had Null in it, and it's just like it feels like Venom, Silver Surfer, Black, like everything is leading up to a conflict with Null, and I think there's going to be a big event where he is the one that
probably
the whole Marvel universe has to take down. So
okay, well, it's different. I mean,
it is.
They're changing it up, so I respect them for it.
Yeah,
so that's great.
Venom and Carnage's daddy.
Yeah, and there are some cool variants for this #1 too.
There's a bunch. Yeah.
If you do get one of those, the regular cover is cool, but the variants are really nice too.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, just pick it up.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah. So another new #1 came out this week. It's a miniseries. Not sure on the count. So it could be between usually 3 and 6 is the miniseries.
1 to 300.
Yeah. With Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's Hawkeye Freefall. So Hawkeye is basically, he's kind of an Avenger, as his own words, basically.
Yeah.
He's just kind of patrolling this this block, basically. And he just takes down, he'll pay, he alludes to paying Turk about $500 a month, and just kind of like information just to keep up in the neighborhood, and people come to him if they have any problems, stuff like that. So he'll take care of it.
Neighborhood
from there.
watch.
Exactly. Yeah. It's what better person to have than Hawkeye? I can think of a few, but
Pretty much.
I digress. But anyway, so this issue starts off with Hawkeye busting up the Hood's operation, and it basically the Hood gets away, and not that gets away. He's arrested.
Yeah.
But then throughout his court date, he just gets dismissed. He gets an apology letter from the mayor. So we'll see about that. But then like all these goons go to jail for this basically because they didn't know who they were working for. So the judge is basically reprimanding them, saying, "Well, they should really ask before now. You know, from now on, you should really ask." And it's like bail is set $50,000. You're like, "Oh, I can't afford if I can afford $50,000, I wouldn't be doing this." You know?
Right.
So they're attacking.
Hand over your Junie case. You're getting it now.
Yeah, and
Look it up.
or don't. And, so it has this really like, oh, you know, like I feel Hawkeye saying, I feel like the system is just designed to take poor people down all the time. It's like, okay.
Oh, it gets some messaging in there.
There's a lot of messaging in this one.
Heavy-handed. That's what we love, Marvel.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, we know it sucks. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay, but let's escape from this a little bit. So that's my really one issue with this book so far is that just lighten up on that stuff. I mean, life sucks as it is.
Yeah.
I don't need to be reminded when I'm reading a comic.
Yeah.
Just don't do that. But the dialogue is fun. Winter Soldier and Falcon show up.
Oh, cool.
Which all three of these guys have a Disney Plus series coming out soon, so who knows?
Man,
but
Disney's, talking about changing the world and everything. They're like the most corporate place ever,
exactly,
and they're
right.
like just shoving things in your mouth. Consume, we're good guys.
Yeah.
Trust us.
So, what do they call it? Like passive progressivism from Red Letter Media. So, yeah, but anyway, so they it's written really well. The dialogue is snappy. I'm glad this isn't going to be a full ongoing series because was it Matt Fraction who had that great run on Hawkeye for about like 2 years, I think. That was incredible. It's trying to be like that, but it's just coming up just short. It's still enjoyable. It's still good. I'm not going to spoil the big reveal because I do think this is a buy. This is a read, but just because it is a miniseries ongoing, I'd say no way. But it's probably setting up. It might be setting up the Hawkeye Disney Plus show. I have a
Okay.
feeling it's going to be elements of that sprinkled in
Yeah.
it. So if you're interested in that, check it out. If Hawkeye is your absolute least favorite character, you won't miss anything by seeing
Right.
this.
He's not fighting the god of symbiotes or anything.
No, there's
yet.
not yet.
Yeah, give it
we'll
time.
see. Yeah.
A crossover Donny Cates.
Yeah, please.
So this one's a buy?
It's a buy. I did enjoy it. It was funny. I laughed a few times. Hawkeye does bring a levity to it.
Yeah.
And his name's Clint.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Obviously the worst Avenger, too.
Yeah.
Huh, who would have thought? So that's all we have for this week. Thank you guys for watching and sticking with us through our Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 Curse of the Phoenix, or Rise of the Phoenix videos. That was a lot of work, and just
Claude did a great job on that one.
Whatever. Not a big deal.
And all those new subscribers and viewers, this is kind of how it is. So.
I feel like mediocrity. But again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys soon, and Happy New Year.
Thanks so much. Stay lame.